October 27th, interview with Dave Ewing Rushing. Mr. Rushing.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
16th of July.
What year were you born?
1889.
1889. Where were you born?
In Pope County, Arkansas.
When did you first come to Oklahoma?
Well, I just don't know. I did know, but I've not forgot. Let's see. My boy was 6-year-old when I come here, and I believe, and he was born in 1920. So he'd been about 60-some year old. And I've been here close to 60 years.
Did you settle in Guthrie?
What?
Did you come to Guthrie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've lived in Logan County most of the time that I've been here. I farmed most of the time. I finally quit and I went to work public work. I worked down at Fairmont Creamery 3 years and a half. Then I worked at this furniture factory. That's my purpose. No, I had a sister in California, and I visited her after a wife died. I made 2 trips out there, and I worked out there at a lumberyard while I was out there, about 5 months.
What was your first impression of Guthrie when you came here?
What?
Your first impression of Guthrie?
Farming out west of Guthrie here, yeah.
What was your major crop?
Cotton and corn.
Mm-hmm.
In later years, I farmed up west of Mulhall some, and I raised some wheat and oats, and cotton and corn too, just a mixed crop, yeah.
Was the Mulhall Ranch going then?
What?
Was the Mulhall Ranch going at that time?
No, the head is over.
It was over?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, were you in World War I?
No, I thought I was going, but I didn't.
What did you do during the war?
What?
What did you do?
I was farming back in Arkansas.
You still farming in Arkansas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was married and had 1 child, and that's all kept me from going, I reckon. I never done enough to keep me going.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a brother older than me. He was back here in eastern Oklahoma at the time. He was single yet though, and he had to go. He went overseas.
Did he go to France?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was downtown Guthrie like when you first came here?
Well, I can't tell much different than what it is now. No. Maybe it's went down a little, if anything.
What was the major form of recreation here?
What?
The major form of recreation in Guthrie? What'd you do for fun?
Well, I just first one thing and another. When I first come here, there was lots of baseball playing. I was in that. I played myself.
Mm-hmm.
I played baseball every season from the time I was 14 till I was 42 years old.
What team did you play with?
I played with the Merchants. They had a Logan County League here, and I played some games with him. And then I played on a team out west of us where I lived, out in the country. That was my great sport, just playing baseball. I really liked it. And square dancing. Oh, I like that.
Where'd they hold the dances?
Huh?
Where were the dances held?
Well, when I was growing up back in Arkansas, I had dances at people's houses then. People to give a dance. Yeah. Youngsters all go. I know I got married on the first day of March on Sunday, and Monday night I had a dance at my wife's half sisters.
Mm-hmm.
How come it? I had a dinner at my dad's, and of course they were there, and the uncles got at them to give a dance that night, and I had a good one. And of course I danced, and my wife never did dance, and never did.
Where were the dances held here in Guthrie?
But
Where were the dances held in Guthrie?
well, I never did attend no dances much.
Okay, no dancing here.
I come here, no. I had both of my children at that time. The girl, she was 5 years older than the boy. She died at 19, the boy died at 17.
Mm-hmm.
35 years, go the 15th of this month, my wife died.
Mm-hmm.
Been a tough go.
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of 8 children in the family, lived to be grown. And I'm the only one left.
The only one?
I'm the one.
And you're 93 years old?
93-year-old, the 16th of July.
Oh. In the Dust Bowl.
What?
What'd you do in the Dust Bowl?
Oh, I wasn't here then.
Where'd you go?
What? I was still in Arkansas.
Still in
the
Arkansas?
Dust Bowl, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, when'd you come to Guthrie?
Oh, I know what year that is, and now I can't think of nothing like that no more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's changed that way. Year or 2 years ago, there's a fellow come from Arkansas to interview me and about the old times back and all. And heck, we sat up there at night. He come to my place. I was living with a boy in Edmond. We'd lived together about 20 years when I come up here. And he teaches school. And he's still a singer. He is 40 years old in September.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me see.
And I wanted to go home ever since I've been here.
Yeah.
And I don't like it and never will. Just don't suit me.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
One thing I don't like the living. I don't like the eating business. It's not cooked very good. And I guess I know more about that. I'd cooked for about 30 years, and I can cook good as anybody, I believe. Anything I want to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello.
Want to get your trash, please, sir?
Well, okay.
Yeah, I'll be gone.
What did you do during World War II?
I was farming.
Farming then?
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
you here in Guthrie during
Yeah,
World War
I
II?
here. I lived out west of Guthrie.
Mm-hmm.
Out in the
What were you doing on Pearl Harbor Day?
Pearl Harbor days. Well, I was a farmer. I farmed all my life
Yeah.
since I got big.
Mm-hmm.
And what? Farmers was different here. It was in Arkansas. I had good land to farm back there. I farmed the same land for 10 years there. I was renting land. And what got me in notion to come to Oklahoma, I had some friends out here. I was farming the island, and it overflowed line. And it generally come in the spring of the year, and if you had it planted, you could plant over and all. But this time it come with the cotton and corn read together. It got over the cotton, it ready to pick, and it got over the ears of corn. It didn't wash it down. The corn was all right. It's mighty dirty to get. But that was the awfulest mess of cotton you ever seen. It just trashed all over it. I gathered it, but very little got out of it. Since I've been out here, I've went back to Arkansas to bury two of my brothers and four of my sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Three of my sisters. One of them died years back.
Mm-hmm. What were some of the experiences back in Arkansas when you were a boy that you remember? What did you do as a boy?
Well, we had played baseball. We had church and Sunday school I went to.
What kind of mischief you get into?
What?
What kind of mischief you get into?
I didn't get into none.
You didn't?
Mm-hmm. I drank a little, but not bad.
Yeah.
Back there, well, we lived in the valley. I lived in the valley, and out on the mountain, out on the mountain, it's a nice country out there. They had lots of Germans, and they all made wine. And we'd go out there and get wine. There's one old fellow lived out there, Lucyville. He had wine. Boy, he had them barrels stacked in the cellar, plumb up to the ceiling.
Mm.
And he'd go out there and buy 5 gallons for $3.
That was back in Polk County, Arkansas?
Yeah, that's right. But this, a lot of this wine outfit, it was in Johnson County. It's joining counties to Polk County. Well, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they had quite a bit of recreation and had lots of church, Sunday school, lots of singing. I like that.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the most memorable things you remember about Guthrie since you've been here?
Well, not too much. I never did partake very much in Guthrie. How come the play of the Logan County League is in there? I was in there just to see a ball game one evening, and a friend of mine, they were short a player, and told him, says, I'll get you a player if you want him, and said they wanted him. Wanted me to play, and they come and asked me. I told them, yeah, I'd play. And I had pretty good luck that evening, and they asked me back, and I lived out in the country that way, and I couldn't be at every game, and I played a few games with them now, and I played on a regular team out there in the country. And they generally just played about once a week, sometimes twice.
How many teams were in Guthrie?
How
many teams were in Guthrie?
I think there was 4 or 5 teams in all. Of course, there was one from Marshall and one from Mulhall, I guess, was in that Logan County League, and they just swapped about playing. The Santa Fe had a team, and Merchants had a team, and I believe there was 3 teams here in Guthrie.
Mm-hmm.
Crescent, that was a ball playing place, man. They had good players too.
Who was the sponsor of your team?
I don't know his name. I forget.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, let me think.
And Lord, I went up. Well, I lived out west of Mulhall, between Mulhall and Marshall, quite a while. I farmed out there. And how come me up there? My wife's niece lived up there. And the man she married, I'd known him all of his life, and she passed away and left. She had a baby in October. I think she died in January. And he had 2 more kids besides. Girl, pretty good son, a 4-year-old girl. And Lois had told her that she had to go. She wanted her aunt to take the baby. Well, we're down around. Well, hello, come in, Velma.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Oh, come on in.
All right, come on in. Joe with you?
No, he went up by Watonga fishing, and you've been piecing again, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I have pieced
I saw
too.
this. I thought
I
maybe
have
we had a
pieced
doctor
too
in
lately,
here.
and I've just now about finished. I've got, I think, enough blocks cut out to piece the whole quilt.
Mr. Hoffman gone?
No, he just stepped
He
out.
just stepped out. We're just getting
Sit
a
down,
tape
sit
interview
down.
here of just what's going
Oh,
on.
I see.
My name's Joe Todd.
Joe Todd?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you know your name's Eubanks.
Oh.
Selma Eubanks.
Nice to meet you.
My husband knew him when he was in Arkansas.
Oh, yes.
Just grew up out there.
Mm-hmm.
And Mary was here this morning.
Was she?
Mm-hmm. That's her man's sister.
Yeah.
I knew them all when they were kids. Lived right close to them. And then when we come to Oklahoma, they had come out here a year or 2 years, I guess, before I did. And I lived close neighbor to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all just seem like my own kinfolks.
Mm-hmm.
I brought you some tomato juice. Have you had too much?
Oh, no, I never get too much of that. My Lord.
Yeah.
I keep that. It's been at the house for a long time.
Yeah. And I brought you those. Now, they're little old cornflake and peanut butter things. They're not awful sweet, but they do have a little sugar
yeah,
in
they're
them.
good, though.
And maybe Mr. Hoffman can eat one of them. But,
yeah.
and I started out with more bananas, but I didn't make it with
Oh,
one.
boy, Mary brought me that.
Well,
Roy brought me a load of stuff for Sunday. And I've been worried about
you going to
him.
put that back in here or not?
No, that's he was up Sunday evening, he was complaining he didn't feel very well.
Well,
And I tried to call him Monday night and last night too, but I failed to get him. I guess he had went out somewhere, I don't know.
well,
Wanted to find out. That's the boy that I'd lived with 20 years, and he teaches of living in, we was living in Lebanon when I come up here. And the last operation is what put me in here. Mm-hmm. But to a certain extent I got over it, and I didn't want to get out of the fence. And he is up here 2 or 3 weeks ago and something, I told him, I said, listen, Roy, his name's Kenneth, I always call him Roy.
oh, his name is Kenneth.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And I said, I don't think it's in the law to keep me in here. Well, he says, Uncle Dave, don't reckon no. He's no kin to me, but he always called me Uncle Dave. And he says, I know, maybe you're all right now. But said, if you go back home, says, I know just what you do. Said, you be in that kitchen cooking up a storm and round the hot stove and all, and no telling what had happened. And said, I'm just afraid to be gone all day and leave you there by yourself. And I told him once, I said, I'd rather die there by myself to be in here.
Well, it's home to you, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess one thing, I had cooked so long and I taken the interest in it, and I got where I cooked things. as anybody else could. And when I take notice of something that I wanted, I'd cook it.
Mm-hmm.
I go home every once in a while on weekends. I call it home. What I've got there at that house. And one time I told him, I said, when I go back again, I said, I'm going to make some light bread. Well, he said, that's what I want you to do. But he said, I just want you to tell me how. I want to learn to make it. Well, I got down there. He says, have we got time to make that? I said, I think so. We went in the kitchen and I said, listen. I said, you just watch me and let me make it up. And I said, you learn more about it. No, he wanted to make it.
Didn't think you're strong enough.
Then get to some things he won't know how much.
Yes. Here she is.
Lovely, my person there.
You left your purse, honey. And I went clear up. I went clear down there and I come back.
That little old sack. Walked out without it. Well, I thank you so much.
Well, you're just welcome. Thank you for everything.
I had come down here and I saw you had company.
Yeah.
So I went back over to her room.
Now, that lady in the wheelchair up there, that's her. Are they sisters or what?
No. She doesn't have a sister in here.
Oh.
Now, there's two women up there that's old friends of hers, but I don't know of a relative of hers in here.
I know her quite for a while. Before her man died,
Yeah.
he was here. He eat here. He eat at my table several times.
Well, her folks, lived neighbors to us out there until they got unable to take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm. No, I guess I get too hard on this. It's a nice place, and I've treated all right, but I don't.
It's not like home.
See too much. So I don't know why that old lady's quiet right over there. She just hollers continue some days all day.
Is that Emma? That isn't Emma Old.
No.
I want to go see her, so.
That's Miss Cox is her name.
Well.
She's just calling somebody all the time, and here lately she just got talking at random and she's talking. So.
I've got groceries in the car, so I guess I better go. I thought I'd get up here before lunch, but by the time I got to the doctor and got my blood sugar and seen the doctor and went out to the dentist and got my teeth and got around, I knew it was lunchtime for you, so I didn't want to bother you.
I ain't seen a doctor and I don't know when.
Well, I hadn't for quite a while, but I hadn't been feeling good. As far as my body, I've been feeling all right now. Your face is not doing any better, though,
No, sir. I don't think. They don't know here what to put on anything.
Well, they ought to have your doctor look
I hit my arm against the door face last night.
Well, Dave, you're as bad as I am. I
and
just in mine a little old place.
It just peeled the hide back there. A great big place. And I just pressed it back there and held it for quite a while. It bled like everything.
Well, I bet it did.
And it ain't a bit sore.
Well.
And they found out this morning. I was trying to wrap it up.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do much, just my left hand. And
they didn't do too much, did they?
No. Colored woman working. She seen her and I told her to come tie that up. And she didn't do a very good job.
Well, I just put a little Band-Aid on that place.
This morning it was down around my wrist and all. And they found out down at the office. No, I didn't. That black-headed woman, I don't name her, she gives the shots every morning to diabetics. And she went to work and wrapped that up. She sprayed something on it for her. And Kay told me, says, I won't be here the next few days, but I said I'll tell Ruth for her to spray that every day. Just spray it.
Yeah. Keep down infection.
And that woman put that on there. Said you have to leave that on there about 5 or 6 days.
Well, that little old place, I took my Band-Aid off and got in the bathtub, and when I got out, I noticed blood on the towel, so I thought, well, I better put another Band-Aid on it. It wasn't that deep. It was just enough to bleed.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you. And to
Well,
know
it's good to see you. And tell Joe we better get around too.
Well, he knows he should. But
I have to think about it. Did y'all get a card from Cleve?
Yesterday.
Mary got one, and
Mary did get one.
Mary got one.
Well, maybe we can all go up there. Would you like to go if you were able?
Yes, she wants to go.
Well, I said with you.
Oh no, I wouldn't try it. No, I get around too bad. No,
yeah.
No, well, I told Mary asked me if I got a car, and I said no, but I said Cleve no that he didn't think I'd be able to come. No, not. And that's got us started talking about the ages. I says, my gosh, they couldn't be married 50 years.
I guess so, because I know
and we got, well, Mary said, yeah, you think about it. It says, my next birthday, I'll be 70 years old.
I saw a little sweet cousin of mine from Texas from Crescent, down at the doctor's office. And I started to write the check for the doctor where I said, this is the 27th, isn't it? And Phyllis said, yes, it's my anniversary. And just thank them, I've been married 47 years. And I said, it doesn't seem possible.
I got to talking about all of them, or be youngsters, and I think about, well, I just think, well, if Rube Helder lived, she'd been away up in the late 60s.
She wasn't much behind me.
No. Well, I know what makes me think that. I know she's in between Mary and Stell.
Well, I think we were married the same year, wasn't we?
Probably.
She was married, when she died. In 34, didn't she marry in 34?
I think it was about then,
I think so. She married in the spring, and we married in the winter, I believe. Well, take care of yourself.
Well, come back, Velma.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Fine old girl.
Yeah. Do you remember the Spanish-American War?
Well,
1898.
Not very much. What makes me remember? One of my sisters married a feller that was in it, and I heard him talk a lot about it, and he knowed everything anyhow. Hear him talk, and I really think he was a good feller in a way, but he wasn't no good provider. And my sister worked herself to death with everything.
Let me see.
They finally separated, and he died. She went and taken care of him while he did. She had a bunch of children, and she's died since I've been out here. She's been dead several years.
Oh, let me see.
No, my brother just older than me was all us great buddies, and he taken his life.
He did.
Last several years, he'd come to stay with me quite a while, worked around. And he was here, I was working down here at the Fairmont Cream at that time, and I'd gone to work that morning. He was in town. He went back up to the house, told my wife he'd love to get $20. And she says, well, Jim says, there ain't that much money here at the house. Says, you go by where Dave's working, you'll get it. And he told her, he says, yes, I know I would. damn fast and the way I've done. He drank a lot. He told her, he said he's 100% in my book. Like it wouldn't, if it had been there, then my mother just the same. And he would have got it if he come by where I was at. Got out in Fort Smith, and that's as far as he got. Taking his life down there, and I got down there before he died. My older brother was a doctor.
He was. What, in Arkansas?
No. He was in Oklahoma. He went to school in Arkansas. After he went to practice medicine, come down. His first place was at Dustin. But he moved to find a little town named Hannah. It's dead now. But it was a live place once, and I was out there. Now, he raised his family there. Him and his wife both died. His wife died before he did.
And you say you've always been a farmer?
What?
You've always been a farmer?
Me? Yeah.
How much land did you farm here?
Oh, here? About 40 acres.
Where was your farm?
What?
Where was your farm?
I first farmed out west of Guthrie here, about 5 miles. Out on College Road.
About how long have you been in Guthrie? Do you remember?
Well, I've been here 50-some years in Oklahoma.